throat because I have allergies. I'm stuffed up. Alright. Blah, 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 blah. Where are we? Okay, here we go, sorry. So Belinda writes in, what is your favorite charity? There's a lot, but anything to do with kids is my favorite. So if it's Toys for Tots for Christmas or the holidays. But the one that's so true to my heart, and it's because when I was in high school, we actually worked with them, is St. Jude's Children's Hospital in Tennessee. It just blew me away what this place does for people. It never turns anyone away. They, I don't know how they do it on a day-to-day basis, but they're just such a positive place to be around children that have terminal illness. And I think anytime you have an extra $5, $4, $10, whatever, send it. I am always sending stuff because, again, it doesn't matter how much you make or how much these parents make or what kind of cancer the child has. Everything's taken care of. Everything. And we're so lucky to be healthy. And I always say when I get down, I'm like, I don't like this job I'm working on, or I don't feel good today. I just say to myself, you know what, we're also thankful for being healthy, and we should really count our blessings. And so that's when I think it's best to get back. And so St. Jude's Children's Hospital is my favorite charity. Great organization. My next question, this is a funny question actually, I can't believe this actually is true, and I didn't sign it. Don't think I'm crazy. So whenever you hear that in the beginning, crazy. But I sat next to you at the Chicago airport recently and noticed you wore a necklace around your neck. Am I being too nosy to ask what it is? You're being a little nosy, but I'll tell you what it is actually. It is a Saint Christopher who is there to protect us. And on the back is a surfer surfing, and on this is a photo, not a photo, but sort of one of those, not a hologram. What is it called when they sort of move a little bit? Anyway, it's Saint Christopher, and it says "Protect Us." And I definitely wear it when I travel. I'm not Catholic, but I am religious in the sense that I do believe that there is somebody out there looking out for us, and that we have more to be thankful for everything they've done to watch over us. So yeah, that's it. How could you possibly sit next to me at the Chicago airport and see that? Is my question. I might have been playing with it, because sometimes I do play with it when I'm not thinking. Okay. Carl says, or asks, if you had to do it over, what would you do differently? That's a good question. I would probably have been a little more flexible with my first TV show. I was very unaware of how it operated, and so I tried to control a lot of things because I didn't understand sort of the Hollywood aspect. I'm a designer through and through. That's what I went to school for. That's what my passion is. You throw TV and Hollywood and production companies and networks into the mix, and it's very scary. Is that Adam? It's FedEx. Okay. Sorry. And so I would probably have been a little more flexible because I probably caused a lot of undue stress in my life trying to control too many things. So that would be, I would sort of let that go a little bit. Other than that, I wouldn't do anything different. I really wouldn't. How often do you do your own house? How often do you do your own house? Every day. It's a terrible disease designers have, and I may have answered this question once before, but it is a crazy, crazy position to be in when you're always working on someone else's house, and every house is different, because I never do the same thing twice. I never reuse the same sofa. I never reuse the same exact, table. Everything's different. And because of that, during the day I work on maybe 5, 6, 7 different clients, and I'm always seeing a different piece here and there. It's so easy to fall in love with something and think, I need that. And so the challenge becomes, knowing when to start and stop your house, because if it's always changing, it's never going to look complete, because it's always going to be different pieces. So in fact, this morning when I was leaving for the office, I walked through my sort of foyer area, and I got rid of this console in the entryway. I was done with it. And I actually gave it to a client, and it's just sitting there empty, and I said, I want to go, something high lacquered, bright yellow. And so all the way here to the office, I'm in my mind thinking, what can I redo my entry? Should I put gray stripes on the walls and rechange the rug and get a new lamp? And that's where I think about this piece of art that someone showed me that's great over this new. And I just went crazy. And the thing is I'll probably end up doing it. And then when I do that, I'll look into my living room or my dining room and think, oh my gosh, this doesn't work now. And so you have to start redoing that. So it's a sickness. I know, it's what they call champagne problems. It's not really a problem. It's not really a sickness. It's just that it's hard as a designer to not want to always redo something. Okay, this is a funny. Okay, this is the last question, right? We're good? All right. Have you ever offered someone free advice because their house looked so bad? Yes, I have, but only friends that I can talk to in that sort of way. I've definitely walked into a friend's house and started just rearranging stuff without saying it because they just were clueless. Or I've walked into a family member's house and they decided to hang, art on the wall, and you would think you'd have to be 10 feet tall because it was all attached, all the way to the ceiling. So I offer free advice to friends and family. I've never just walked into like a house of someone who I didn't know and said, this is disastrous, we're starting over. Although I've thought that sometimes. But no, not a stranger, but family and friends, yes. I just, I have to share the gift. I have to tell them, look, you don't know what you're doing. So anyway, that should be it for all the personal Ask Kenneth questions. So the next time you come back, we'll probably have a different batch. In fact, we're thinking if you want to write in and submit 5 questions, we're thinking about doing every Monday, 1 person, 5 questions. So send them in to questions@kennethbrowndesign.com, and we'll get to those. And if you do send pictures to go with it, just make sure it's a JPEG and it's small resolution, because we can't open some of the ones you send. And if you send in questions and you haven't heard it and they're with pictures, that's probably why we haven't answered it. It's because we couldn't open the photo that you attached, or for some reason it was a messed up file. And that's that. Hope you have a great rest of your week.